loud. Oh, excuse me. Scott.
Yo, yo, yo. What's happening? We up in here. Scott, what up? Hey, Scott, man, we up in here. We working magic. Look, I had a beer class. You know what I mean? Got my guy, Nigel in the building. Y'all check him out at Cuts by Lefty. And we just did a beer unit, today. So we got the Rick Ross joint popping off. You know what I mean? So we working. We working. Other than that, what's going on, family? What's up, peoples? Y'all come on in, come on in. Make sure y'all make sure you hit the. Am I here now? You in there?
Yeah, it's better.
All right. What's going on, people? What's up, beautiful people? What's happening? What's happening? Today we on our relationship talks, of course, and we're talking about addressing the past to have a better future. All right, that's the topic of discussion, is addressing the past to have a better future. Um, but before we move on to that topic, you know what I mean? Want to introduce ourselves for any people that's not, familiar with our live. I'm Jamal,
Cherie.
and we're a married couple, happily married couple that's went through some trying times, and we've been using our live just as a therapy and to involve other people to share best practices, things that work, things that don't work for marriages and relationships. But we still a work in progress, so we're not perfect. But this is a good way for us to kind of share along with other couples or people that want to be in relationships, things like that. You know what I mean? All right, so real quick before we move on, just a couple rules. If you have a question, because a lot of times our comment section scrolls up real fast, we can't always catch all the questions that you text. So if you got a question that's important, put it inside that question box that's down there. You know what I mean? Hit that question box and you can add your question there and then we can see it up top. Number two is hit that triangle down there, that airplane, and send it to people that you know that could chime in, that may have some input that they can share with our conversation. about addressing the past to have a better future. And I mean, ultimately, we want to know, should you address the past to have a future? Or is it better to leave things alone and move forward? This is a serious topic because, no relationship is perfect, and it's all about how do you continue to move forward. So, I gave my spill, and so for Cherie, maybe you could just tell us a little bit about, how you feel on the topic. Other thing also, anybody that's in here, what up, Mr. Chris, Tia Michelle Supply, what's going on? Another thing, if you have any input and you want to join the live, you can also hit the request and join the live also. All right, and give us your 2 cents how you feel. All right, Cherie, how you feel about the
Um,
topic?
so I think that a lot of people, issues in their relationships are bad. Like it's problems because they don't never want to address the past. They want to sweep it under the rug, move on, not think about it, not worry about it, feel like it's not important. And it's very important. It plays a major role because sometimes the past can haunt the future. People sometimes don't let go of a lot of things because it never was really like fully addressed. Like they never really talked about it. They never really had any conversations about it. So when there's things that reminds them, that triggers that past, is like now it's an argument. Now it's, it go from one extreme to the next extreme, even when it was something small. So I feel like that the past should be addressed to make your future better. It helps you move on to another level in your relationship when you address it instead of brushing it under the rug.
Okay. All right. I respect that. And like for me, I think it's important definitely to address, issues that you might have gone through, just so y'all can have like sometimes, parties might need understanding, or you might need, a apology, or just somebody to know that, like, listen, I do care about how you feel, and you know, I may hurt your feelings, but I want to move forward. So let's like get through the bottom of it. Like sometimes for different people, like addressing the past looks different. Like it looks different for different people. So for one person, it might take more digging, or more explanation, or more like telling details or going into details than another person. Some people might want to address the past, um, pretty much acknowledge that it happened, and see if it's a place of sincerity coming from the party that was wrong. And if it's a place of sincerity, then, some people will be good enough with saying, all right, cool. If I feel like this person is sincere, I'm willing to move on and, and keep it moving. Let that be the past, you know, forgive, definitely not forget, but do what's necessary to move forward, and like over time, just allow any wounds to heal. So I would tend to say that I'm kind of like the person that I'm like more like a person that like is I prefer to move forward. You know what I mean? Not address it, but not spend a whole lot of time on the topic. Like I feel like if I'm going to rock out with it, then I'm going to rock out. And if I'm not,
Right.
I'm not. But I'm not going to just keep dwelling on something, over and over again. Because I just feel like that's, to me, I just feel like, I'm bitching if I'm constantly, complaining about something, um, like just constantly complaining about something, or going back on something. Like either I'm going to accept it, or I'm not. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm not really big on like just digging, because I feel like, depending upon the situation, it's like what's done is done. Either I'm going to accept and move forward, or or I'm just not. Sometimes like all that digging you do, it really don't make things better. You know what I mean? All the time, in my opinion.
Somebody said, I definitely think it's important and things need to be said right from the beginning. That way, you are giving the person the opportunity to decide what they do or don't want to deal with.
What you mean, like in terms of what?
They said, I definitely think it's important, like that you address the past to have a better, basically the topic. So she said, Tia said, I definitely think it's important and things need to be said right from the beginning.
Mm,
That way, you are giving the person the opportunity to decide what they want to do or don't want to deal with.
mm. No, I respect that. I,
But I mean, I don't necessarily feel like it's getting to the bottom of it, but what you may feel like is it's nothing. It may be important to that person.
mm,
So sometimes we gotta have an uncomfortable conversation, and when you in a relationship, a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't want to have uncomfortable conversations. Like it's like, oh, it's old. Oh, it's the past. But the past is messing with your future. This is why your relationship is not leveling up and you're not moving on to a next level in your relationship because you don't want to face something head on, like something that may have affected your relationship. You get into a lot of arguments, but you know when it's those one or two or couple things that has really hurt your relationship because you'll feel it.
mm.
Like it's like, why is blinking like that?
I don't know what's on your side. Are you got a filter on? You might got a filter on.
I don't have no filter on. I never seen that before.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. But that's exactly what that be. Like people just be feeling like, oh, I don't want to talk about it, but you have to, like, because you never know who the person you with and what they're dealing with. So it's important to like really sit down and just have a conversation and talk about, whatever may be bothering that person.
Now, the only thing like that I think is like a thing that can really mess up a relationship too is not even necessarily just um, talking about the like getting to the bottom of the past, but I think sometimes there's a fine line between going back to addressing the past and like throwing stuff up in somebody's face. Like I think sometimes that line can kind of get crossed where it's like you know um, if you decide like, hey, we're gonna move forward, then you know all that like going back to the past and reliving the past or having these feelings from the past to resurface, it's like you keep reliving, what I'm saying, whatever happened. I feel like if you were going to move forward, take whatever time that you need, within that time frame to address the past. But once, that's addressed, once what I'm saying, you've gotten the clarity or gotten, what I mean, the understanding of what happened, it's like at some point you do have to move on because then you're slowing down a relationship by anchoring it with trauma. And I mean, for me, that's why I don't, what I mean, when it comes to, what I'm saying, things that are going to reduce my speed, I like to deal with it and get rid of it so I can keep it moving. What I'm saying? I don't like to continue to hold on to things that's going to reduce my speed. And to me, holding on to you know, trauma is a speed reducer. It slows down the ship. It slows down, what I'm saying, you from going in the direction you're going. So I think it's a fine line between, what I'm saying, addressing the past to have a better future and dwelling on the past, what I'm saying, which ultimately can, what I'm saying, can like stunt your future.
Yeah, well, I don't necessarily think it's dwelling. I think that sometimes situations doesn't get handled properly. So it's like you have the conversation, but then you with somebody who is either being nonchalant or not really taking responsibility or understanding where that person is coming from. So it's hard for that person to forget or, well, not forget, but move on from a past situation because it wasn't handled properly. It was like, okay, we talking about the situation. You didn't give like a full like you didn't really show that you care. You just was like, well, listen, I'm sorry, I apologize. Sometimes sorry is not enough. Like, it's really not. It takes time, like, especially depending on what the situation is. Like, you just don't wake up and just be like, oh, I'm feeling better, everything's back to normal. Because sometimes that situation can really affect your relationship in the long haul, because it's like it just wasn't handled properly. So when you moving forward and you think that you move forward, it don't. It stay. You still you still stagnant in your relationship. You still at the same place you were when that situation happened. It could have been a situation that happened in 2016 and you in 2022 and you trying to figure out why is this person still harboring over what happened in 2017 or 2016. It's because it wasn't handled properly. It was just like, it's no big deal. Like, it's okay. Get over it. I'm sorry. That's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, I mean,
Right. And somebody said, you sorry when you fully, well, Weezy said, you sorry when you fully understand what you saying sorry for. Exactly. Don't just say it. Like, you got to understand where that person is coming from about the situation. Because it's not just saying sorry that I did what I did. It's like, do you fully understand what happened? Like, what effect it had on the relationship itself as a whole? I don't know why it's blinking in and out. I don't know what that means. But anyway.
yeah, I ain't tripping. But I mean, so I look at it too, like, I mean, the reason why I feel like at some point you got to move on is because you got to realize whoever you're dealing with, that's an imperfect person. So, you know what I mean? You have to go into a relationship designed and prepared for that person to do something that is imperfect. You have to go into, if you want to be in a relationship, somebody's going to do some imperfect shit. And so it's like, if you're not prepared for that, then yes, I can see you holding on to something that somebody does that's imperfect for years and years. But if you really healthily going into a relationship, preparing yourself to say, you know what, listen, I'm not going to be perfect and this person's not going to be perfect outside of anything like seriously heinous. Because mind you, whatever we talking about is, you know what I mean, it's something that you made a decision to move past. It's like at some point you have to accept the fact that people are going to make mistakes. It's not always personal. I don't know the mistake, because all mistakes are different, but we have to be prepared for people to make mistakes. And I tell this to some of my young guys, like stop holding, you know what I'm saying, your partners in such a high regard and feeling like nothing could, you know, nothing can happen to you, or just so, you know, shocked or emotional if you see, you know what I'm saying, your girl, I don't know, you know, being imperfect. Like, it's gonna happen. And I've seen people lose their life, you know what I'm saying, or take lives, or, you know what I'm saying, lose their life by just, you know what I mean, like going to the extreme because they overreacted to somebody doing something that's like that's imperfect, and that's just a part of life. Like, don't, I mean, lose your life from hurting somebody. Don't take nobody's life. I've seen that. We've all seen that, because somebody is so distraught that their partner, you know what I mean, made a extremely stupid mistake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta just weigh stuff. We gotta weigh stuff in and say, like, is it really worth it to risk, you know what I mean, it all because you want to be in your feelings? And that's what happens in some of these relationships. You're decaying your relationship. You're saying, I'm just going to kill this relationship slow because I'm never going to let it go. And at that point, it's like you're torturing yourself for staying in a situation that you're not prepared, you know what I'm saying, to move forward on. And that's just not healthy. Like, if you feel like somebody did something that you can't get over, you probably need to move forward and prepare yourself for the next relationship, for you to be able to handle somebody being imperfect. Because you're never going to be in a relationship where you know what I mean, a partner is perfect. It's not going to happen. Like, that's why I don't understand why people be super shocked and be wanting to kill stuff. Like, You know what I mean? These are things that happen in relationships. You know what I mean? People fuck up. You know what I mean? So that's you gotta now. What happens when somebody fucks up? Are you gonna just say I'm gonna just ball up the whole relationship, which is respectable because that's a choice, or you gonna say, well, I'm just gonna continue to harbor on this throughout our whole span of the relationship? And it's like, come on now.
No, I don't think that people harbor though. I think people, when the situation doesn't get handled properly, because we all been cheated on, we all went through those type of situations or whatever. But when the situation is not handled properly, it can really affect somebody. When you care about somebody and you love them, it's hard to just get up and leave. You don't even really want to leave. You want them to just understand where you coming from, respect how you feel, and get a clear understanding. Like, listen, I'm disappointed, or I'm hurt, or I'm sad, and what I mean, that person be able to express that, and the other person take heed to it instead of being so quick to just say, oh, well, I'm sorry. Like, that's just not enough. And then if you don't have someone that listens, or someone that doesn't really truly understand how you feel, it makes it worse. And they're not taking your feelings into consideration, it makes it worse. It makes it 20 times worse. Like, people want to stay together. Everybody don't want to just break up or mess up their relationship. But if you with somebody who's not trying to be understanding, well, I won't even say they don't want to be understanding. I feel like they just being bullheaded, and they're letting their ego get in the way, and they're proud of, no, I'm not cracking. I'm going to stand my ground, even though they know, like, it is a messed up situation. Like, I really hurt this person, and I need to take that serious. You can't take somebody's feelings lightly, because you will want them to respect how you feel too. So I feel like that, that really be the issue. I don't think it's a harbor thing. It's just not being handled properly. And it's like, when you genuinely love and care for somebody, you hold them on such a high regard, and you look at them like, I would expect more from them, and then they give you less. So it just makes it hard to be like, how can I forgive you, or how can I move on where you handling me like this? Like, you're not even handling the situation like, I understand and respect how you truly feel. Like, I messed up. Understand. Weezy said understanding is first, forgiving is second. Remember, when you forgive, you can't dangle the situation over the person's head.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that's pretty much what I'm saying. Like, you can't dangle it.
But I don't think it's being dangled if it's not being handled properly. Dangling is when you really have a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody, and then they're still going back to it. That means that they're not fully over it. Because you have people that do that too. Mm-hmm. You can have a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody, but somebody that one of the persons in the relationship didn't get over it. They're still harboring it. They're still holding on to it, because it may be some feelings that they just didn't never express. So now when it's a situation, they'll start throwing it in your face, dangling it, and using it against you, instead of saying really how they felt at that moment. So that it ain't even harboring. Some people just either didn't really fully express how they felt, or they still feel some type of way. Like, you might need to talk about it a little bit. It might have been a trigger. Something might have happened that made you think about the situation and be like, well, you know what? This and this and that. Yeah, then you haven't forgiven the person. Yeah, you haven't. That's why I say you got to be careful with I'm sorry and all other stuff like that, because sometimes certain things can happen, and it like triggers you. But that's when you come to the person and say, listen, this reminds me of whatever happened before. Like, that's why you got to handle certain things with care. It depends. It's not everything. Everything doesn't happen that way. It's only certain situations, but probably cheating is probably the most biggest thing that can dwell and go on for a long time in a relationship, because people's feelings are not being handled with care. You know, everything is being taken lightly. It's not really taken serious, like, or they're not keeping each other in mind. You know, like, if a person say, you know, I wouldn't mind if you don't do whatever. If you don't be on the phone, or you don't do certain things at certain times, because I just feel like I don't, you know, I feel like that's what you used to do when you did what you did. So it's all reminders, but you got to put that out there too.
So should that have like a time frame? Like, say for instance, you feel uncomfortable on something that was done. You know what I'm saying? When
What part of the past, Bradshaw? What part of the past should we address? So basically, it's whatever may not have been fully handled properly. Like, you know, it may not was like one of those heart to heart conversations. It was just like, all right, well, I'm sorry, and it won't happen again. And instead of it being like everybody expressing how they truly felt about the situation, listening, hearing, and understanding each other. I would love to know what's going on my phone. I don't know, it's because you got your thing blocked out. I don't know.
let me see.
But
I'm gonna turn it on. Do something.
I don't know why my phone doing it. But yeah, so most most don't understand what true forgiveness is. Yeah, they don't. A lot of people don't.
I mean that yeah. I mean yeah. Sometimes I mean love is forgiveness too. You know what I'm saying? Love is definitely forgiveness. Like, I'm sorry, people. You know what I mean? Is you're not gonna be in a perfect relationship and somebody's gonna mess up. You have to know if you prepare for a relationship. If you can't, take an L, then you're not ready for a relationship. That's just like if you start a business. If you start a business, you know what I mean, you have to be prepared to go through the rough times and not just the times where we balling. You got to be prepared for the times when we ain't selling shit. Where you know what I mean, we got to rob Peter to pay Paul. Other than that, it's just really it's hoop dreams. You seeing other people with their businesses and you want all their success, but you don't want to put the work in. So when it comes to a relationship, it's the same
You said
exact thing.
what that mean? Love is forgiveness.
Love is forgiveness. It's like, and if if you love me, then you know what I'm saying, you have to be able to, you know what I'm saying, give me a second opportunity or an opportunity to redeem myself, because you know that I'm imperfect. How can you love somebody if you don't forgive them? Now, I mean, it's levels of shit, you know what I mean? It's murder, it's, you know what I mean? Um, you know, other weird stuff. It's levels, but ultimately, you know what I mean? Forgiveness is love. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you love somebody and you know they're imperfect, and if you love somebody and you believe in them, because that's what it boils down to. Now that I'm just speaking about it boils down to, do you believe in that person? Because if I believe in you, then I can, you know what I'm saying, move forward, because I know that you can do better. I know that you will do better. I know that you have it in you to do better. If you don't believe in that person, then maybe that isn't somebody that you should continue with. But you know what I'm saying? Love is forgiveness. You can't say you love somebody and not give them a second chance. I don't see that. You know what I mean, personally.
But that all depends though on the situation. Did you have
So yeah,
second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances? The only way to give a second chance is to forgive. Without forgiving, your relationship is over. How many sorry should we give?
now that's up to each person. How many sorries should you give? I mean, I think everybody. That's not a number that anybody should be able to give to somebody else. That's up to you, because it's messed up. Because I've seen situations where somebody be up to their wits end with somebody and let them go, and then that person, you know what I'm saying, ends up maturing, seeing where they went wrong, and ends up being a much better person. And they looking back like, damn, you know You know what I mean? Maybe I should have rocked out and stayed with that person a little bit longer because they was on their way to being their best person. Like, we all are seeking to be on our higher level. We're seeking to be our best selves. So when you meet somebody, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to meet them in a stage of perfection or their higher self. You're gonna have, a lot of times you're growing with that person, and there's going to be mistakes along the way. You know what I mean? That's why I say, like, you got to be prepared for a relationship. If you can't take an L, you're not ready for a relationship. If you can't take a loss, you're not ready for to be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean, or whatever the case may be. Or to do anything. If you can't take an L, you can't learn how to ride a skateboard or anything. You have to take L's in life. And like nobody is above, you know what I mean, taking the L. Like, nobody's above that. You can't just feel like how could you do this to me? Like, who are you? We are all human. We all have to, you know, experience, you know, life, trials and tribulations. That's a part of your journey. And you got to take it in the best and most constructive way you can take it. But furthermore, you have to take it in a healthy way so you can move forward. So that's why, for me, dwelling on something, and I'm not going to downplay addressing the past, because, you know what I mean, addressing the past and not dwelling on something. But I'm all about figuring out how we can move forward if we're going to move forward. Because we gotta enjoy life. We gotta be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, emotionally, and all those things. So, yeah.
What are some of the L's should we take?
What's some of the L's? What you mean? What you want somebody?
Mess me over once. Mess
Huh?
me over once, shame on you. Mess me over again, shame on me.
People do say that. People do say that. Fool me once, shame on you. Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's true. Everybody has their own level of tolerance. And there's some people that dealt with stuff for a while and they got past a rough patch and they've been in a beautiful space. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you mining for diamonds and you keep, you know what I mean, knocking away at that dirt, 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 and finally you get tired, you put the pick down and you get up and leave, you don't know how close or far away you are from them diamonds that you're searching for. So somebody else can come and pick that pick up and knock that dirt one time, and now, you know what I mean, all of the diamonds is there. So you just don't know. There's no correct answer for it. There's no perfect response for it, in my opinion. But I can't say that you love somebody if they can't make a mistake that you can't forgive them about. And that's why I feel like any woman that truly loves you, if you make a mistake, she's going to, you know what I mean, and it's your job to make her feel and be sincere and be real about the mistake that you made and own up to it. But I think any woman that truly loves you, you know what I'm saying, if you make a mistake, you know what I mean, she's going to be able to move past. Now, if you keep on playing them games and saying the third, that's a whole nother story. But
What is something that's unforgivable?
what is something that's unforgivable? Um, like weird shit, like, you know what I
I
mean?
think everybody's unforgivable is different. You can't answer that because everybody's unforgivable is going to be different. Nobody is going to have what's something that what's unforgivable for you. That should be the question. Weezy said nothing. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody, you got some people who can forgive. Like, I know cheating, a lot of people are like, I'm not going to be with that person no more. I'm not this, I'm not that. But, everybody's situation is different. Or, I don't know.
All right, you gotta give it a good call.
Nothing. It is.
I need the energy on this one, baby. I need the energy.
So I feel like, everybody, I got to say it's different. You can say one thing and then somebody say another. Yeah, see, I can get over cheating. Yeah, you can get over. Some people can get over cheating. Some people, finances. Like, some people can get over that. Some people can get over. What else is another big thing? that people can get over. Oh, well, how about children? Like, can y'all get over that? If your partner has another child, you can get over that. Or you find out like your spouse have like a whole nother family, like just a whole nother life. Can you get over that? That's deep too. If it's another kid, I'm out. I'm definitely out. No, not messing with the children. I'm saying making more kids, like have kids. Like you find out like your husband had another baby somewhere else. Like, can you get over that? Yeah, I can't get over that. I might have to go to jail. That's going to jail for me. I might have to be like, yeah, I think I might have to, I can't get over that. You can get over you may have another child? Nah. That's a no for me. Oh, I can't. It's done for real, for real. It's definitely done. It's over. Call it quits. That's almost giving me AIDS, right? I'm going to jail if you mess with one of my kids. Oh yeah. Now that's just yeah. But I might go to jail because you have another child on me too. I don't know where my mind will be mentally with something like that. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know why my thing keep doing this stupid filter. But anyway, but I think everybody's forgiveness is different. Like everybody's tolerant level is different. So it just all depends on you and your situation. I think a whole nother family is just a whole nother level. That's just he's just doing too much at that point. I don't know. I'm sick.
But it's
I'm
funny
sick.
because back in the day, that used to happen more often than not. You know what I'm saying?
Papa was a Rolling Stone. I got
I
time
would
for
say
that.
like 2 generations back, maybe it was like dads had it was like men that had like you know what I'm saying 2 whole families at the same time. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to my family. You know what I'm saying? With my
Do you
grandma.
think y'all would really have a better future if you tell on yourself? I don't think it's telling. If you get caught, you want to. I mean, at this point, you just gonna lie. You gonna continue to lie? That's gonna make it worse. What's up, Niche? Like it just all depends. Like I think it depends. I don't think it's telling. Because you might not have necessarily did something. You could have just hurt that person really bad or said something that was just so disrespectful that it just made you look at that person in a different light because you would never think that they would say something like that so disrespectfully. Oh, but would you forgive your spouse if you found out the baby wasn't his? Nah, I don't think I would.
Wow,
Only
that's a
because
twist. That's a
I say
twist.
no. Only because the fact that you just have something like that out here is just a wrap for me. That's just you sleeping with somebody. First of all, you talking about baby like AIDS, all so many different other things come with it, and it's like you sleeping with somebody raw, you sleeping with me raw, like you having baby scares. What's up, Fred? We having baby scares. I can pretty much get over anything because I'm a believer. I can block my blessings. So at some point I can. Hmm. Yeah. I mean I'm a big forgiver too, but it gotta just be handled properly. Handle me in a respectable way. Don't make me look like a jackass. He got his Jamal unmute your phone.
Yeah, I can hear you. what you were saying, Sheree?
No, they said, oh, what if the boy, oh, wait a minute, Bree, wait, what if the boy, oh, so she's saying, so what if you, like, with another child, like if another child got involved and it wasn't your, well, the person was pregnant and then you find out it wasn't that person's child and end up still being your child, would you forgive the person? I can only forgive when I get my lick back. Oh, that is funny. Jamal.
Yeah. Who talking about getting their lick back?
No, why are you muting the phone? They
Because
said
I want you to hear
that
the back.
if if your spouse had a child, was pregnant, and even though the child wasn't the person's and it was still yours,
And what
would you stay? Like, would you still forgive him? Wait, now Cherie, don't make me look dumb. Facts. I'm not. Listen, no, Cherie, what? Get on, Bree. I'm lost. What you mean, no? No, what? What I say? Weezy, come on.
I can't believe
Oh,
it.
you agreeing with me? Oh, okay. I'm like, no, wait, what I do? So would you, Jamal? You didn't answer the question.
All right, just give me the question again. If what?
The question was, if you find out your spouse child is not yours.
Like Harlem not mine? Oh, we all right, that's the best. I appreciate it. I just got that, bro. Yeah, no, we ain't no in that. That's my young buck too. Not cool, and you mean to tell me not mine? Oh no. And she looked just like me, so no.
But more, everything's forgivable, right? Love
Period.
is forgivable.
Exactly.
It's shenanigans.
Love is forgivable. But
all love and war.
Listen,
right.
that right.
Niggas can't stand what they do, but you could go oops and have a baby by somebody else.
Well,
and I'm supposed to forgive, and I'm supposed to take the child to Sesame Place and the family trip. Yeah, you did say that.
What I said?
Basically.
Yeah, everything. Love is forgivable. You can't get in a relationship if you can't forgive the person for mistakes. So that's the L. That's unforgivable in your book.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Everybody, look. This everybody, everybody has a lot. You know,
Mo, you underwater, Mo.
You might.
You underwater.
That's me.
Yeah, you underwater.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, everybody had they you know what I'm saying, they line across the sand. Like, it's certain things that you going to tolerate and you're not going to tolerate. You know what I'm saying? For me, something like that, it wouldn't be tolerated. You know what I'm saying, at all. And everybody joint is different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that it would be cool for a guy to necessarily have a kid on, you know what I'm saying, on his wife or whatever the case may be. But I'm just saying, like,
you already got that butt.
But you already know how I get. You already know how I get down.
There's no buts with that, sweetheart. It ain't no buts with that. If you have a kid, I'm out. If I have a kid, you out. I get it. Listen, ain't no but with that.
But you know what though? You know what's crazy? Like, how can you ever really know if somebody really is there? Like, how could you really ever know if somebody loves you? I ain't gonna say unconditionally, but somebody really truly loves you if they can't accept you for when you make a mistake. That's almost like
a
Oh,
mistake.
listen what I'm saying. I don't feel you know what I mean, it's cool. Everybody not gonna agree with this, but I don't feel like a woman, you know what I'm saying, truly loves a man if she can't take him cheating.
if
Like
she can't what?
if she can't take a cheat. Like I don't see
So what
that
about a
that's
man? Because men can't stand what they do on no aspect.
yeah, but
Mm-mm.
we
Because
different
you
though.
no,
Uh,
but a person, a human is still a human.
Yeah.
So if you cheat on me,
But do
I'm
you agree
supposed to
with that or not?
forgive you.
Hold on, real
a
quick.
baby is not a
But
mistake.
no, I'm
That's
not saying
not
a
a
baby.
mistake.
But do you agree with that though? Honestly,
What?
like
I
that.
don't think love determines. I don't think love determines how many times I forgive you. I don't think that's measured by that. Or love
I didn't say how
unconditionally.
many. I'm
No,
just
you
saying
said
if a man
unconditional.
cheat. No, this one I'm gonna tell you what I said. If a man cheats one time on his girl, if she just dumps him, I don't believe she truly loved him. That's
No, I
just
don't. I don't
my
believe that,
opinion.
Mo, because you know
No,
Okay.
why?
because that could just be her. That could be her boundary. Like that
Yeah,
could be
that could
one
be
of the
her
things, the
boundary.
line that she
That
just
could be
don't want to cross.
right. That
Okay.
could be her boundary. That could be a trigger. That
Chadwick,
could be. That could
Kevin,
be
Chad.
like something that she can't like knowingly knowing she can't get
Mm-hmm.
over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like she probably can't get over that. So like, how can you
Got
be with
Mm-hmm.
me and I can't get over it? You know what I'm
got
saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
got
always
you.
going to bring it up. I'm always
Mm-hmm.
going
Got
to,
you.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to look at you the same.
Got
Yeah.
Our intimacy is not going to be the same because I look at you differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
you.
It'll you be. It's a
that
disconnect.
that happens when two people are trying to get back from whatever problems they have. You look
Mm-hmm.
at them differently, you feel differently. Intimacy is not the same. Like
Mm-hmm.
those type of stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? But you push through. That's why I say marriage is hard because like you can't just dump your wife. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, but you could dump your girlfriend or your boyfriend, but you can't dump your wife. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go back to the drawing board and start at square one.
Right.
So I feel as though like some things are triggered and some like that's why for me, like like working in the shop, you hear a lot of stories. So like for me,
Uh-oh.
oh my bad.
Going out a little bit.
I don't never say like, well, leave your guy. Like, oh, he's stupid. Leave him. It's like,
Right.
oh, what you
Mm-hmm.
do or what you do? Like, y'all need to figure it out because for ain't really nobody out here. And if you can make it work, make it work. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
but Mo, I don't think that could be judged by how much you love them if you can't forgive that person.
I don't even want you if you can't forgive me because like what other way, honestly, what other way can you really judge? Let's just say a guy
Mo, we can't hear you.
is
Your
I can't
phone
hear
going in
you.
and out, Jamal.
is it can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good.
Is
Go
it
ahead.
better?
Yeah.
All right, so listen. How could a man how could a man let's just say, you got a guy that um is making great money, you know what I mean? He's able to provide, he's able to make sure that you are living well. You don't necessarily have to work if you don't want to, you know what I mean? You guys are well off, you know what I mean? And this guy is, he's a breadwinner, a top tier guy, handles his business and all those good things, right? How can you how could that man ever truly know if you love him for him or if you just love him for what he can provide? You have to be tested. So how could that, you know what I mean? If
That's
I
not no
so
test.
I'm
That's
Mo,
not
not no
saying
that's
that
not
test
a
that's a
to cheat
good
test.
on
No,
somebody.
hear me out.
Mo,
Hear me
that's
out. Hear me
not
out.
a test.
Look at you
That's not
snapping.
a
Look at you
test.
snapping. No, listen. Listen.
Go ahead.
Look at y'all
Finish.
snapping. Y'all can't wait to try
Finish.
to get something. Just
Go ahead,
chill. Let
finish.
me finish what you mean?
Go
Like,
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
Anyway. Damn. You know what I'm saying?
That's my son,
Y'all tight.
Chad.
But
Go ahead.
but you know what I'm saying? That man is going to or should test his woman in some type of way. I'm not saying cheating is a test. You know what I mean? However, you know what I mean, that can let you know if she's with you or not. I'm not saying that you putting it out, you doing it on purpose like that. But how could I tell? I can't. What I'm gonna fake my bad health?
No,
I'm gonna fake like I'm broke.
All right, listen.
How can I tell?
It's a lot of other ways to test someone's loyalty, because it's all about loyalty and trust and commit when you're in a commitment, right? So, like, regardless of the fact that you could be a stay-at-home mom or vice versa, because some women are breadwinners and a guy can be a stay-at-home person. If it works for your house, it works for your house. I don't think you test someone's love by throwing that kind of bone in, but like you could test their loyalty. You could test their
How?
You can test their loyalty, because like let's just say you a get money man. You know other get money men. All millionaires hanging around millionaires. Thousandaires hanging around thousandaires. So it's so if it's that easy, so let's just say you bring around your homies. Y'all in the room. Yeah, okay, millionaire, I see you. Let's just say
Three rolling the eyes at me.
let's just say you bring Cherie around a whole bunch of other thousandaires, and if she's thirsty, she gonna fall for the trap. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And and that's vice versa. You know,
Chadwick. I don't feel like going to that extreme is testing loyalty.
Gotta get tested.
That's far-fetched. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna lose a great person because you call yourself giving a test. This ain't playing games. This ain't no.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
I'm not gonna break.
Your phone breaking up.
Jamal, you in the water. That's how we know you talking shit.
No. Listen, I can't
Every time.
I can't accept nobody. I can't say nobody is great if they can't accept me when I make a mistake. You're not great to me. Like, I'm damn near like
a mistake is not a kid. A mistake.
No, I ain't saying
is not a kid.
That was extreme.
It's not cheating. Like,
why not?
Like because it's other ways to do mistakes.
I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose,
home.
but
No, listen.
That's a realistic man mistake. We've been adults, right? That's a realistic male. That's a realistic adult mistake.
But it's another mistake.
Do it. Like, it's a realistic mistake.
But it don't have to be that. You could be beating somebody's ass. They could
be messing up trust. You messing up like other stuff when you try to do that. You're trying to test somebody on that. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm not saying you keep saying I'm trying. I'm saying that
mess up her trust just to test her. Testing somebody with that. Above and beyond to fix their problem. Cause right.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta put too much more into it to even try to fix it when it's, you know what I mean? Like, if it ain't broke, it ain't no need to fix it. You don't gotta test nobody, because guess what? They true colors come out. Everybody true colors come out though. Yeah. Everybody colors come out. You don't gotta test them. Allah knows best, so it's going to come out. No matter what they doing or what they think they doing or how sneaky they think they are, it's always gonna come out.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, nobody is above, you know what I'm saying, taking the L ultimately. So, you know what I mean, when we sit back and think like, how could this person do this to me or whatever, it's like, that's a part of life. You have to be able to be tough enough to endure the shit that happens in life. You know what I mean? And I use the analogy as an entrepreneur. You see somebody, maybe that's an entrepreneur, you're like, damn, they got their own hours, they, you know what I mean, they going on trips, this and the third, and then you become an entrepreneur, and the first time, you know what I mean, you have a week of low or no sales, now all of a sudden you ready to throw it in. And it's like, you weren't really prepared for the battle of being an entrepreneur. You just wanted this, you just saw the glamour and glitz, and you just wanted that. I'm just saying.
So, Mo, are we talking about testing our spouses or testing girlfriend or boyfriend?
I think both. I mean, you know what I mean?
But I feel like it's two different standards, because I feel like...
Because I'm not going to trust you if you're not tested. I'm not, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's somebody that's tested, like, you know when you've been through something with somebody. And it's weird because nobody want to go through nothing. But I'm telling you, the crazy part about going through stuff is a lot of times it actually makes you stronger. I hear a lot of people oh, you gonna lose her trust. She a grown-ass woman and she's strong. She gonna get over it. By the time she's damn near 20, she done been through this about 6 times. She'll be fine. You know what I mean? Y'all got to go through something. A lot of times that makes y'all stronger together.
It's crazy, y'all.
Stop trying to avoid heartache. You know what I mean? If you gonna love, you got to love. You got to go at it. It ain't
So
no.
what's
You know what I mean?
I
Ma,
hear
bring
you.
it back
So
in.
what's
Bring it
men's
back on.
problem? Because why
Right.
can't the men do that same thing?
As far as
Men be ready to pack their things and be like, pew.
oh yeah, you got to go.
See?
Wow.
It's a double standard with you, Ma.
Wow.
Ma, it's a
No,
double
I'm just
standard
fucking
with
with
You
you.
gotta
I
be
just said
strong.
no.
You gotta have each other's back. Man up. Put your chin up. Push the chest
No,
out.
I'm
We
just
good.
Ma, go sleep on the couch instead of going to the telly. Go sleep on the couch.
Exactly.
But men can't stand
Tomorrow's
what
a
they
new day.
do. On no aspect. Men can't stand what they do,
Tomorrow's a
Ma, and
new
I'm gonna
day.
stand on it.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Oh
Men can't
man.
stand what they do.
Nope.
Why
Not
things
having.
women do don't make men stronger.
Not on my.
Y'all niggas want to ball up for real
It,
and cry. Girls
no,
cry hurt your
Right.
heart.
because look, no. Here you go. Y'all designed to get away with it. So by the time you get
No.
caught,
Men
that's a
get away
problem.
with
By
way
the time you
more.
get caught, my nigga, you either
Chad.
don't give a damn
Get
about
your
me
friend
at
Chad.
all, or I'm just disappointed in you, my nigga. Because you could have been doing this. I would have never known. Because y'all designed to get away with that shit. We not. So it's not no surprise a nigga get caught. I'm shocked if your ass get caught as sneaky as y'all is, you know what I mean, innately. So yeah, I'm feeling some type of way. I'm hurt. I'm crushed. I'm crushed. Yeah. Sorry.
Females do it better. That's all.
Better. Ho. We need to have a talk. Let me go downstairs and holler at you. You talking about some better? How you gonna say something bad is better? This is what I'm talking about, Chad. Do you see the toxic femininity? I hope you taking notes.
I ain't on your side right now.
You ain't never on my side.
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell you talking about, man.
You ain't got to be
Right.
on my
I want
side.
you to will it back in.
Well,
Because
if I may say something, if I may have the floor, my question is like they say what's done in the dark comes to the light ultimately, right? And I also understand great and dating habits over time. You can't fake who you are, but for so long, right?
Right.
You know, you're a gangster rapper. Then next thing you know, you're in the shade room getting socked and not doing nothing. It's just going to happen. So to be out here setting booby traps to catch somebody to see how they would react, it's really like setting up a relationship for failure because you're actually, it's the same thing as going into somebody's phone. Mind your business. You go in your phone, you're going to be mad. Like, I'm going to just test it out and see what's on there. Then when you see what's in here, now you talking about, I just want my baby. You going crazy. So for me, you can watch people tactics in the way that they move and the way that they act in different scenarios to see how somebody act versus I'm going to leave $10,000 right here and then 3 crack rocks and then I'm going to go to the store. Then I'm going to come back and see how much crack and how much money I got. I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that. Ma, you kind of crazy if you're doing that.
No, listen, this is how I feel. I feel that, ultimately, I trust people that, that I've been through tough times with, and however that looks. I'm not saying you got to set up no booby traps. I'm not, necessarily saying that. But I have stronger relationships with everybody that I've been through some tough shit with. We tight as shit now. That's just me personally.
I understand that, but just say that. But you said the booby trap.
Tough times?
Yeah.
Was these tough times that just
He
happened
said
or
that.
tough times that you created?
You said the booby trap.
You
Ma.
said that.
Ma, you said
What?
that.
You said that.
Oh my God. I want you to watch your own replay, Davidson Friends, tomorrow when Sheree posts the live tomorrow.
No, I never used the word booby trap. I don't even like that. That's some more.
No, but
Ma,
that's
but you
what
said
it's
it
coming
though.
off to be. Like basically, you like it ain't the person don't love me if I don't if they don't basically if I cheat on them
If they don't get tested
and they don't get tested, like if they don't get mad or they don't feel no type of way, they don't love me. So I gotta cheat on them to know if they love me.
No, ain't nobody say that shit. I ain't say that. Y'all be tripping.
Hey, y'all,
Hold up. I didn't say I gotta cheat on them.
If Ma said that,
Hold up.
everybody
I didn't say I got to cheat. Y'all be twisting small one word in front of another
What he
to
say,
make the
y'all?
whole
Put
thing
in the
different.
comment. What he say?
Put in the comment, y'all.
I didn't say I gotta cheat on them. I never said I gotta cheat on them for me to trust them. I never said I got to cheat on them.
I'm with you, bro. We part of the stand up and P committee, but you said that.
Thank you.
Listen, I know what I said. Ain't nobody gonna
It's,
tell me what I said.
it's fine. Well, tomorrow when you watch the replay on the Davis and Friends on YouTube, tomorrow I want you to
Period.
watch it from the
Thank you
beginning.
for the plug. Thank you for the plug.
He definitely
Ultimately,
said it.
guys, I'm saying, and I think we all need to attest to this. Stop trying to avoid, you know what I'm saying, what comes with life, what comes
I
with
think
love.
conflict is good. I feel like that was one of our topics before, one of y'all topics before. Like conflict is good. I feel like conflict with any person, whether it's your spouse or your friend, is good. I feel like once you
Man, now you throwing me off.
because
That
I feel
sounds
like
toxic.
no, I feel like when you have conflict or
Sound like you like to
you know,
argue.
if you have conflict or a problem, how you guys resolve it and come back is dope. You know what I mean? It's like that brings you to stronger to me because it's easier to run
Okay.
away from a conflict than addressing the conflict, and that's with your girlfriends
So Maul,
or your spouses.
Mm-hmm.
you
So
said
you
that
said
you
create. You said create that.
no, she ain't say that.
No,
I
because
ain't say
that's what you
create
sounded
nothing.
like. What y'all said. I said. That's what you
No,
sounded like.
Mo.
You
Mo,
might be
I
on my
want you to
side.
woosah, go drink a glass of water and come back because you
I
on
do got my
defense
water right here too.
and we ain't say
So
none of that.
so
Okay.
Maul, you said that you're stronger with people that you've been through you know, tribulations with, correct?
Tribulations. Come on with this shit, man. God damn. I knew you was
I'm
gonna
asking.
come with this shit, man.
Oh snap! Max level hoochie daddy shorts coming soon. I see the plug now, man. I don't even know why we just changed the camera just that fast.
Come
This is
on,
a
man.
marketing guru at his finest.
Damn.
He can't
But
help
you
it.
said that you're stronger with people that you struggle with. Now my question is this struggle created struggle or life struggle?
It's life struggle.
Okay,
Anything
so you
happen in
ain't had to
life.
create no struggle to be cool with somebody.
You said I don't have to create a struggle.
You didn't have to create the struggle to really be close with this person. Y'all just went through it together and
Right.
y'all made it out together. Y'all went
Yeah.
through the trenches, whether it was staying up all night, whether it was pulling all nighters or whatever. My point is life happens enough for those things to happen by themselves. I just feel like a lot of times we try to take too much stuff into our hands to create something when you don't got to be you don't have to steer the steering wheel all of the time. Sometimes you gotta let God take it. You know what I mean? Or just life in general.
Yeah.
You the mastermind, you the pinky and the brain.
No. No. So I think, like you said, life is going to, you know what I mean?
Can we
It's
get a
going to.
closer view? This is really giving me boss and peons. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
What are
because
you
this,
doing?
he just mad because I'm looking like how he's trying to sound. You know what I mean? I have to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Why
That's
you
the
got the
only
camera
reason he
so far,
mad.
Jamal?
Huh?
We can't even hear you. It sound like you in the basement.
Exactly.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. All right.
So
I'm
let
done.
let me ask this, right. I was watching, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the show Married to Medicine. So one of the questions was if you got an inbox of a woman and it might have said, "Hey sweetheart, how you doing?" Would you open it? Would you open it, read it, delete it, or would you delete it instantly, don't read it, and block it? Or would you respond and say, "Hey, I'm married," or "I'm in a relationship," or whatever? How would you handle that?
I will open it because I'm a businessman and hey sweetheart could be somebody aunt trying to book them for something. But ultimately, it depends in the context of what else is left in that message. Hey sweetheart, I'm opening every message that I get, unless it says, "Would you like to grow your Instagram?" But I'm opening it. And
You breaking up.
then I'll leave it at that.
They going through the trees. You breaking up? What you say? Chad is breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
No, I'm saying I'm opening every message, as long as it ain't, no followers about getting my Instagram grown, and just answer and just see what the rest of the message say. Because I feel like when you erase stuff, that I remember getting in trouble for erasing stuff, trying to hide things so my wife wouldn't know about it. Not to say that I was doing anything, but just to hide a possible argument. and I get in trouble for that shit later. So I just open shit and just stay in front of it. I ain't dipping or dodging nothing.
Jamal.
So you say you'll open it? It
Yep.
depends. Like it be a lot of spam type shit. I really don't be like going into no. I probably would either delete it or I probably wouldn't even
But
open it
even
up.
reading it, knowing like you know that basically this woman is like coming at you. Even if you opened it and you read it, are you going to respond? Are you going to block that person? Or would you just not open it at all because you know like because you can kind of see the content a
Yeah,
little
you can
bit,
see
see
enough
what he said.
of it.
She didn't go past my boundaries yet. Thank you anyway, but I'm married. Boom. Anything after that would be block worthy. But before then, I mean,
yeah,
it ain't that deep yet.
yeah.
My wife ain't insecure to that magnitude. That depends on the type of woman you got.
Yeah.
Why you open it? Why you even? I don't got that type of issues with my wife.
So how would you handle it, Sheree?
I would just delete it.
And so how do you?
I would delete. I won't even. I don't even want to know. Like, because it's not. It's pointless. It's like, why are you even being bothered? What is your purpose here, sir?
See, I think that's a slated question because most of the time women will say that they will delete it anyway because they have their certain ways of being sneaky and answering Instagram stuff is not their style. They're deep dive niggers.
Now we connected.
That's niggas. That's niggas stuff. That ain't women ain't doing that. This nigga work at a toll booth in Delaware. That's what I'm saying. They move different without a trace.
I wouldn't know anything about that, but you know,
Good answer.
I don't
Good
entertain
answer.
those type of things.
You laughing?
I got my eyes set on one prize. I'm cool. Like, I mean, again, like I said, I don't have them problems.
Good answer.
I don't have them problems. Those is problems. When you be giving out too much and give people opportunity to do stupid stuff like that, that happens to you. But I don't have them problems. You know what I mean? I know what mine's is. Mine's is clear. I don't gotta be acting like it's a little opening a window for anybody to climb in. You know what I'm talking about?
No, we don't know what you're talking about.
I literally don't know what you're talking about.
It's cool, Ted. It's cool. You don't have to know. I ain't worried about you to know or not, but I know. Me. That's enough.
Maul don't know.
Hey, listen. What can I say?
I know what I need to know.
Because I know what I know.
Let me ask y'all a question. The topic today, because I always try to come back to the topic.
Come on, Chad. Your phone's breaking up.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Can y'all hear me
again? Not really. It's breaking up. Just, I don't know. Like, what's going on today?
This is something wrong with y'all phones. He in the basement.
Yeah,
no, it ain't.
I'm in the castle.
I don't know what is going on.
You underwater.
You in the bushes somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that.
Chad, your phone.
Yeah, so just on another note though, Sheree, would you say that our relationship, you know what I'm saying, has gotten stronger, you know what I'm saying, based on some of the trials that we've been through? I'm not gonna say tribulations because that nigga just said tribulations. Right. But would you say that, you know what I'm saying, that allowed us to get stronger, you know what I'm saying, in terms of just like getting to know each other and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like
to a certain degree. It could be better. Mm-hmm. I feel like it still needs some improvement due to past things because it wasn't properly addressed.
So what you think is like the best way is addressing it? Like, what do you think on being properly addressed is something that needs to be done on both sides? Like, or is that just, you know what I'm saying? How
I mean, I definitely, I mean, it could be both sides. I don't know. But from my standpoint, I mean, I feel like a lot of our past, not a lot, but some of our past stuff haven't been properly addressed. So I feel like we can't level up where we really need to be because it hasn't really fully been addressed. It needs to be addressed properly.
So what you think would be the best way to address it properly?
Have that
Great,
conversation.
great question.
Okay.
So intentional. I'm so proud of y'all.
We've not had conversations on whatever the topic is. Or you
To
feel
a
like it was,
degree, I don't feel like it was handled properly. Like a lot of things wasn't when a person is not really fully understanding on what happened and what trauma or traumatic it hurt like affected the relationship is you still going in two separate directions. Y'all not going the same direction with the relationship. It's still we not there. We not here.
but
I
you
got a
like
question.
what you saying?
What's the question?
Um, the question is addressing the past to have a better future, right? But
Mm-hmm.
the things that we do in the past that we mess up for, that we apologize for, that we get past, at what point can we flip the script on y'all and snap on y'all for something we did a long time ago? You said you forgave us. When do we get our leverage back?
Woo, the phone's breaking up, brother.
I think I think I see the direction you're going.
Huh?
I think I see the direction that he's going with it.
I'm saying, when do we get our leverage back?
There's no such thing as getting leverage back. If you feel like it's not just bringing up something from the past. It could be a situation, like I said, people get into arguments and you're supposed to be arguing about why you did X, Y, and Z. But you bringing up what happened with ABC. So that means that whatever happened with ABC a long time ago never was addressed. So we tend to do that a lot because we're still holding on to it because we either felt like it just fully wasn't handled properly. I don't even think it's dwelling. You might feel like that person was just being either nonchalant or didn't understand what effect it had on you. So it just left you at that standstill of what happened. So now when you focusing on talking about XYZ, the other person is talking about XYZ and ABC.
Ma, I'm on your side right now. I disagree with everything she just said,
It's
and I'm
cool.
gonna tell you why.
Okay,
And
go ahead.
because this is the thing. If I did something 6 years ago, you apologize, I apologize, I listened to you, we properly communicated, I sat and listened to how I affected you, apologize for my actions, and apologize for how it made you feel. That's different apologies now. I'm sorry for what I did, and I'm sorry for how it
What
made
if
you
that
feel.
didn't
That's two
happen?
different. Huh?
What if those apologies didn't go the way you
That is
said
what
they
he's saying. He asking a
went?
question.
Go ahead.
So I'm saying, you're saying like certain things haven't been addressed. I'm talking about properly communicating with things that have been addressed,
Right.
that have been talked about. Hold on, son. That had to been apologized about. How long do you get to reap or just to talk about something I did so long ago before I can start saying, you know what, F you?
Mm.
And to just give a little bit more context, let's just say, you know, I got a girlfriend or whatever, and I cheat on her.
Mm-hmm.
You done took me back. You done gave me head for the last 6 years. We done went on vacations. You done made me your Monday crush. I'm your Wednesday, whatever, all of those things. We done did this for the last 6 years. We done went out. You done spent my money. I done took you to Amazon and ordered you everything you wanted to order. We done ate good places. We done did all of those things. At what point and what time am I allowed to snap back on you for some triggers that I apologize for?
So again, with situations, when certain things happen, sometimes with some people, it doesn't get handled like that. It's not, oh, we sat
You talking
down.
about when it do? Stay on top.
I'm talking about when it do. I'm not talking about when it doesn't. That's what
Now,
you and
if
Maul.
it
That's what
does
y'all.
get handled properly, we're not going to be dwelling on it. It's going to be forgiven. It's going to be moved on. I'm not going to be
But
bringing it up.
that's my point. Sometimes when a person all they got is something in the past, that's what they're gonna use forever, and it becomes tiresome. It becomes, hey, prime example is like, hey, 6 years ago I did what I did. I've been solid. I've been clean. I've been coming home. I've been doing everything to work on a relationship that you suggested, right? And then one day you wake up and say, I'm gonna go through your phone. Why? I don't know. I just had a feeling. What feeling did you have? Is this feeling from 6 years ago? So did you really forgive me? I'm not asking you, huh? Oh, now you adding stuff. I've been perfect. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I've been perfect. No patterns. I've been perfect. Just sometimes you love me, so you take me back. But you didn't heal from what happened, and then you force me to have to keep reliving your unhealedness. It's like people who study for a test, right? You can study for a test, but everybody don't know how to properly study for a test. We all want to be healed, and they be like, what you doing? I'm working on me. Okay. I want to be a better person. How? What are you doing to become a better person? And niggas don't know. They go back and get with the same nigga and then be like, all right, everything gonna go away. And then one day a nigga phone ring at 2 a.m. It could be a damn bill collector saying possibly scam likely. And you like, who the fuck is this bitch? So my question again is, how long after a person apologizes and you forgive them, or you say that you forgive them, can you bring those things up again?
It can't be like years, and it can't be 6 years later. That's a bit much. Now you're pushing it. It's a bit steep.
Okay. So do you have a number?
I would say probably if maybe like with, I don't know. I don't really have a time frame, but I wouldn't say that long. I don't think you should bring it up anymore. I don't think it should ever be discussed.
The answer is, if you forgive me and allow me to come back home, the day you say you forgive me and the day we say, all right, I'm sorry, we're gonna work on this, that's the last time we're supposed to hear it.
But what happens if it happens again? Then what? Now what are you supposed to do with that?
Well, now you're throwing a monkey wrench into it to prove a point that this is what women do. They get backed into a corner, they turn into a possum and try to bite your face.
I'm asking a question.
Of course. Then everything comes back.
Of course.
That's the point. If you don't pop a pimple correctly, it will grow back bigger.
Come on, man.
That's what I said. When you don't address the situation properly, that's what happens.
Two.
See, you see how you swung it again? If you don't properly, and I said you properly did. See, this is crazy.
How you feel, True? Talk to us.
I'm telling you, I'm on your team right now, but as soon as you say something crazy, I'm going at you too, Toot.
Blakey Chad, you do not know me, okay? I'm going to eat you alive. No, but I feel like, ask that question again, Blakey Chad. Ask that question again. Because I feel like that person didn't forgive you. Like, I feel like people say, I forgave you, but they haven't. And they just don't want to say that. You ain't forgive nothing. You just selfish. You want to say that so you can get me, but you ain't forgive nothing. It's never going to go away. So just leave it alone. People say they forgive and they really don't. And that's the problem. You got to accept that something happened, what's done is done, and then it's time to move on.
I agree. I feel like,
because you're going to keep, if you don't keep beating me over the head with, if it's like, if I do something, you forgive me, we never supposed to talk about it again, ever. But if
Pandora's box in the middle of the ocean.
In your body, like, oh, this may be going on just because maybe I didn't answer my phone, that's a you problem. Then you didn't forgive me. So what you said, you lied, and let's address that. That's how
I like that.
Let
See,
me
this is what I be
add
thinking.
something real quick. Sometimes people use, you know what I'm saying, those type of things for control because they want to, you know what I mean, they want to control you by a mistake that you made. Again, if we decided, you know what I mean, or if you decided that you willing to move forward, then we moving forward. People make mistakes, but people will use a point of trauma or a mistake that you made and try to keep dangling over your head and keep hitting you on your nose, and that's not cool either, though.
All right,
It's
Maul. So
not,
you
and
think
you got
you
some
think
people.
cheating
You
is a
got
mistake?
some. Who?
I'm asking Maul. Maul,
No.
you think
Oh,
cheating is a
no.
mistake?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Really?
not. No,
Yeah.
it ain't no mistake.
Why do you say so?
I mean, we not gonna
So like
dive.
you was walking down
No,
the street laying
listen.
down and she slipped and fell on it.
We not gonna get into semantics. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna get into semantics, but ultimately, people make mistakes, and one of the mistakes they make is cheating. So that's why I say it is a mistake.
But
Getting caught.
you can't call it a mistake when you don't feel like it's a mistake for a woman.
No,
No, it's a mistake.
you're a
It's not a
human
mistake
being.
until you get caught.
You're a human being. You can literally make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So if you get cheated on, it's a mistake. You won't handle it like a mistake.
yeah, you
It's
made
not
a
a
mistake.
mistake.
If you still want to be with me, if you honestly
No,
want to,
no,
like,
no, no,
because
no, no,
sometimes it's
no.
not a
Not if
mistake.
you still want
Sometimes
to
I
be
don't
with
want to
me.
be
If
with you.
you still want to be with that woman, would you forgive her if it's a mistake?
Yeah.
Don't lie.
No such thing.
Yeah.
It's not a mistake until you get caught.
Why
It's
you
not a
gonna lie
mistake
like
until you
that?
get caught.
Listen, no, listen. You gotta be able to. Most niggas, it's already happening to
Capricorns
you
don't get
anyway.
caught.
Like, you know what I mean? Most niggas is already happening to you anyway. You
Capricorns
just
don't
don't
get
know.
caught.
Huh? Like,
Capricorns don't get caught.
listen. I'm not going. I'm
So you
not
don't
going.
agree with that? You don't agree with that, Maul?
I don't agree with what?
You don't agree that it's not a mistake until you get caught?
Oh, that's she said.
No, that's what Chad
I'm
said.
not responding to that. I don't like
Just
that.
say I plead the
That's a
fifth.
load.
Don't even,
That's a
bro.
loaded
Don't even.
question.
I think you just need to say I
That's a
plead the
loaded
fifth. I'm not.
question.
You know, you don't have to speak. You just need to just not speak.
Yeah, no, we good off of
Just
that
let
one.
it fly. Let it fly.
Yeah, we good off of that
Good
one.
on you.
But I do
Next.
feel people do use that to try to control people. Like, and, you know what I mean? And that's what you
They're
don't. And that's the
selfish.
thing. Like, it is a point. Now, here's the thing. You got to be careful with, not forgiving, because the other person that did you wrong does have the right to say, I don't want to be with you anymore because I don't feel like you'll ever get over this. So you can be playing that game also. You know what I mean? You can roll the dice on that and crap out on that too. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to move on, now I'm not saying it's overnight, this and the third, but whenever you decide, hey, you know what I mean, we're going to move forward, then, you know what I mean, you got to be healthy. It's about health. It's about your spiritual health. It is not healthy for you to carry along and hold on to this. It turns into insecurities. It turns into jealousy. It turns into, you know what I mean, all kind of negative things. So, like I said, you have to be prepared to be in a relationship for somebody to make a mistake, whatever
But
that mistake may be.
you can't say that if a situation where your relationship, okay, we done moved on, we done had a conversation, we done kumbaya, we done made up, and then now some of your little bones done fell out of the closet because you wasn't honest and you didn't address the full situation, so that when it's going into your future, now some of your skeletons then came out because you looking at it as like it's not a big deal. It's old. It's the
But
past.
it is old. Why does it matter if you go into detail?
No,
It should
not
just be
going
let
into
go.
detail. Not going into detail because this is the thing. You can't be like, all right, well, this is what I did, blah blah blah, but I didn't do that. So what you say that you didn't do came out.
But it don't matter.
Do
It's
that? What do you
forgiven.
mean? How? Why
But you
would?
forgave
So you mean?
it. It just don't matter. It don't matter to me.
So
It
even
don't
if you
matter.
said you didn't do it, if you told the person that you
But you
with,
already forgave them. What is going
no,
to
no,
make
no,
it
no,
worse? And
no,
you're not
no,
going to
no.
forgive them?
I'm not talking about what they did with the first situation. Say
Right.
y'all having a conversation, y'all clearing the air. We putting everything out on the table. We being clear on this. You asking your spouse, did you this? Did you that? They like, yes, I did. Whatever, whatever. You ask them, did you do this and that? And they be like, no, I didn't. The things that they said no, they didn't about comes out that they did do it.
But
Right.
is it
So
something that's current
what
or is
I'm
it something that
saying
was in the
is,
past?
so what I'm saying is, all right, say this. all right, I cheated on you. We did what we did. Did you go out on a date with her? No. Moving, and then
No,
later
no,
on down the
no.
line, you found out they
Okay,
went on a date.
let me be more
Who
blunt. Let
cares?
me be more clear.
Yeah, give me an example.
No. All right, yeah, I'm gonna give you an example. So again, you said you cheated on me with Felicia, right? I found out that you cheated on me, Felicia, but in the back of my mind, I felt like you cheated on me with Shakira too. You telling me no, I never cheated on Shakira. I might have talked to Shakira
This
on the
man
phone,
got a
but we
whole.
never slept
What the hell
together.
you eating?
We never this, we never that.
He got a bed.
But that's a whole nother cheat.
But listen, this is what I'm saying. When you don't fully address certain conversations and you leave it like, no, I didn't do that, and then now it done came out that you done slept with Shakira too. But when we had that conversation, you said no, I didn't. You said no, we just talked on the phone. I never slept with them. And
Well, you can open that back up.
So now what?
Yeah. I mean, that's a different scenario.
But,
yeah, now we got something to
Three
talk
out here
about.
trying to find something to prove a point to make her right.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to prove a point to make nothing right. I'm asking a question. If we are,
yeah, because you adding scenarios. Of course, if he lied about it, you can bring it back up. But if you forgive him for something,
no, you're not looking for nothing. It just comes in your face.
Then you can bring it back up.
You bring it back up. Yeah.
I'm a strong believer in this too. It's like you got to be careful, you know what I'm saying, holding on to things, because you can turn that into a magnet and pull in other negativity. Like you can damn near, you could be, I know he doing this, I know she doing this, I know she doing this, she might not be thinking about doing shit. And you just basically created a spell for that shit to happen. And I told you that shit happened. Like, nigga, did you want it to happen? Because you kept on wishing for it until it actually fucking did. But it might not have been going on at all the whole time. You was, I know she doing something, goddamn.
Like, she done brought it. She done wished it to fruition.
You know what I mean? You brought it about. Like some people be doing that shit. Like you was so strong on, you know what I mean, something that you ain't even forgave the motherfucker in 12th grade that cheated on. You still ain't forget that nigga. And you got somebody new and you getting all of the baggage. You know what I mean? You ain't even getting a new slate. You coming with baggage from a nigga that cheated on you when you was 12. Yo, high school. This nigga ain't even got a house. And it's like, yo, sometimes you gotta get rid of your, like, you know what I mean? I'm talking in general, guys. So, because sometimes it seems like I'm just talking, you know what I mean, directly to Sheree or whatever. But in general, we have to empty out our closets before we get into relationships so we can start with a new well. Because and it's tough because we do learn from our experiences. And that's tough because a lot of us got major trust issues and it's a brand new motherfucker. Like that person deserves a couple mistakes.
If you got trust issues, you don't need to be in a relationship.
But that's what I'm saying.
You just don't for what?
People don't know how to be by themselves.
Exactly. You gonna bring
people don't know what alone is and really working on themselves.
Really be by yourself. That's
you get into these relationships after you rebounding. You really trying to fill this void of Marcus. And you with Darnell. Darnell's nowhere near Marcus. Yeah. But you want Darnell to be Marcus.
No, that's a fact. Like a lot of times, honestly,
I'm trying to get some damn asparagus.
I know you good, ain't you?
I'm trying to figure it out.
This nigga put a bib on. I knew it was about to be something special. He put the bib on. Damn.
Listen, one thing I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna apologize for having a great wife and great community.
You do that. I ain't mad at you.
Your wife, can I get a plate?
Listen, I'm not mad at you, Clay.
Damn. You know what I mean? Hey,
no, but I'm not. I'm just. It's not picking. What I'm saying is, if this is the opportunity for you to be upfront. You know, you went through a real rough patch with the person that you went, but the person really wants to figure it out and work it out. Put everything out on the table right then and there, because what's in the dark do come to light. You cannot say, oh, like I said, you didn't sleep with Shakira, and now it's coming out that you slept with Shakira, but you want me to forgive you in general about Felicia. And as soon as I tried to forgive you, now here comes Shakira. Now what? What am I gonna do?
Can I ask a question, Sheree?
Sure.
At what point did your scenario have anything to do with what we was talking about?
Milwaukee is really
no, it had a lot to do with that, because I don't be trying to play me, Chad. Because I said He said the people don't move on from situations because they either dwelling on it or whatever, or what is
Using
the
it for
cutoff time?
control.
Or trying
But
to
I'm
be in
saying,
control.
I was saying, dwelling on it from a situation that was properly communicated, properly addressed, properly apologized, and
Right.
properly
And
moving
that's
forward.
when I said, okay, I
You threw in
understand that
Keisha,
part and I respect that. But then I gave that same scenario, I just added Shaniqua in the equation where Shaniqua was talked about in that conversation because, again, we're expressing our feelings. So I'm saying, in my mind, at that moment, I felt like you had something going on with Shaniqua too. And you say,
right?
oh no, it was
Hold
just
on.
conversation.
What are you talking about?
And then you find out that you slept with Shaniqua.
If you playing me, keep it on the low.
Listen,
Cause
this
my
is this
heart
is this at
can't
the end of the
take
day.
it anymore.
At the end of the day, like in life, we gotta evaluate and say, dude,
Listen.
am I fucking with him or not? Like it just all that, you know what I mean? Denisha, you know what I mean? Bonquisha, Talisha, am I fucking with him or not? Do I feel like, you know what I mean, this person has the potential to be greater than what they are right now? Because none of us are perfect. Either I feel like they have room to grow, or I feel like the motherfucking he peaked out. I feel like, listen, this is gonna be this nigga for the rest of his life. He ain't gonna get no better, or she ain't gonna get no better. Then you gotta make a decision. But all this
That's the way that
investigation and
niggas
all
gonna
that, life
be.
is too short for all that investigating. You trying to calculate, you know what I mean, Bonquita, Shanita, and come on,
You
man.
don't
Like,
gotta investigate. It just
I'm
fall
just
in your lap.
saying, it's falling in your lap
Is
if you're looking for it.
now,
You know what I
No,
mean?
maybe
not
It
for
you.
you.
doesn't
Not
fall
you
in my
don't
lap.
gotta
I
look
wasn't
for
looking
it. Just
for
fall in your lap.
it.
What you say, Ted?
Let me ask you a question.
What you say?
Is like, and I'm not being facetious. I'm really asking to, prolong the conversation. What's wrong with cheating? Like, why is it that bad? Honestly, and it's not a
Don't
duh
pick up
thing.
the
I want
phone
to
now,
know from
too.
you.
Don't pick up the phone now. Ain't nobody on that motherfucker. No, you ain't even say the job name.
What's wrong with cheating? That's a
Yeah.
question you ask your own self.
So then, if you ask me about prior girls before you, or something, and I lie, what's the difference from saying your food is amazing when it's nasty?
It's a big difference. I'd rather you tell me the truth. I'd rather you tell me my food is nasty than you keep telling me I'm sitting there making all these meals and you don't like it. Like, I want to
But I'm
improve.
telling you for what? For you to stay, right?
No, I want you to be honest. Don't say that because you want me to stay.
No. What is we talking about? I'm sorry. So I lied to you because I love you, girl. If I didn't care about your feelings or wanted to be with you, I say this is what it is.
Nope.
But maybe you're not allowing me the chance to change and show you that I can change. Because sometimes, to be honest, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with men. Sometimes you don't even put a woman's thought process into your actions because you don't even think about them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get court to realize what you're doing is bad to that level, right? Like, I mean, I know somebody's not going to agree with that, but
no,
ultimately it's wrong. Granted, like on a grown scale, it's wrong. But sometimes when a man does these things, it's not to purposely disrespect you. It's not to do these things. Sometimes we don't even think about you. When I got into those situations and I told her, she was heartbroken and I couldn't understand why. And then I was like, damn, how could I hurt somebody this much? She's losing weight. She can't eat. She can't do this. She can't do that. Then I realized, and then my growth happened. So ultimately, lying got me to this point. Look at me now.
Man, he's reformed. Congratulations,
I'm
brother.
crying.
I am delivered.
Okay.
A healthy dose of lying got this man to a better place.
But this is another thing, though. People don't realize that sometimes it takes you a while to get to that, not just stopping, but the understanding why you shouldn't do it.
Yes.
Because it's never
That's true.
It's never for you. It got to be for me.
Yes, yes.
No man is going not cheat on you for you.
You finally making some damn sense. Go on ahead.
No man is. I don't care who you is. No man is going to stop cheating for you ever.
And
He has to want to stop for himself because there's a pride, or not an ego, but
Dignity.
respect for oneself
Uh-huh.
to understand what you're doing. You gotta feel nasty yourself. You gotta feel trifling yourself. Because the idea of knowing your man is cheating is totally different than seeing the things he's saying to other people. Where is it sound? Ew. Yeah. I'm at that point now where I know it's nasty. It's disgusting. So at this point in my life, I have no desire. But a man has to get to that. And sometimes it takes a woman to be patient. But if you know a man's intentions or you know a man's heart, you got to give him that grace.
So you telling me I gotta wait?
No, but I'm also saying there is a level.
Come on now, bring
though.
it. I need you to bring this home because you losing.
This is
here,
another
bro.
level.
Yeah, this sounds like crazy.
Listen. If Jamal leave out this house tonight, sorry to use you as an example. Sorry, brother. If he leave out this house tonight and come home with a Durex on and lay in the bed with you, that's not the man you should be with. He literally doesn't care about you, right? But obviously, you're not supposed to do it, right? Let's be honest. You're not supposed to do it. But a man who makes sure that you don't find out, he cares about you. Now, if he don't, how would you feel if you say, yeah, I was just with Brenda. I'm going to sleep. I'm about to take these drawers off. Go wash it. That nigga don't care about you.
That's some Tyler Perry shit.
A man gotta want to be a man for himself, not for you.
That's a good point. You know what I mean, y'all might not understand that, but that, you know what I mean, that really
I understand. I understand.
But I'm not saying pick anybody, because some of y'all women are bad nigga pickers. Y'all terrible.
That's what y'all think. That's what y'all
bad
think.
nigga picking.
That's what y'all
No,
think.
that's a good point. That's true though, too. Some of y'all really our radar is all the way off.
Some of y'all.
Let me ask you a question. Your last 3 relationships, are you in a relationship right now?
We disagree.
You're not in a relationship right now. Okay. Your last 3 relationships, how did they end?
You look a little confused. What's going on? She was like,
Your last 3 relationships, how did they end?
I haven't had that title in a long time. You can't, Chad. You don't know me. You can't ask me that. We gotta move on.
I don't know you. That's why I'm asking you. I didn't assume it. I'm asking you. Your last 3 relationships, how did they end?
She getting mortared. She uncomfortable. Oh!
No matter how long ago they were, how did they end?
No.
Ultimately, you don't got to get into.
I wasn't there no more.
In all 3 relationships, you weren't there anymore.
I walk away fast.
Track star.
That part.
Okay. So ultimately, the way your relationships are ending is a testament to either him or you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, your communication wasn't possibly there to tell him a long time ago in the relationship that you weren't happy. Instead of expressing yourself, you just let it die till it died, and then you dip like a chip. That's not healthy. Your next 3, 4, 5 relationships will be the same exact way if you can't adjust or address it in the actual moments.
Yeah, that's why I'm by myself.
Go ahead, get it.
Well, I don't know. I am in a relationship. I lied.
With yourself or with somebody else? I'm not being funny.
No, with somebody else.
Okay. How's it going?
Very well.
And how the last 3 relationships go at the beginning?
Wow.
I mean, they was cool. But I feel like I feel like
took a big bite.
I ain't going there with y'all. You just
Yo.
gotta know me to understand my life.
No, and that's the easy way out. We can understand that. If you don't want to talk, I get it.
Tootie is never uncomfortable. I actually like seeing Tootie vulnerable like this. This doesn't happen very often. Chad, this don't happen very often with Tootie.
But I'm gonna tell you this.
You already telling my business on here.
We all experience these things.
I don't expect that.
I'm a big question mark. You just will never know.
Yeah, but you can try to pee on my leg. That's what cats do. They pee on your leg to mark the territory. I ain't scared of you. So what I'm saying to you is, so that you understand, we all are the way we are by the way that we grew up and the traumas or the experiences that we had. So it might be easier for you. You was the type of girl, and I'm assuming, I think I'm right. You the type of girl that tell your girlfriend to tell a boy in high school that you don't want to go with him no more. Do you like conflict? You don't like conflict. Okay. So you're a little bit more passive. Right? But your true strength come when you speak.
Tootie, come on.
Because even when you first got on here, you was profound.
You trying to read me.
Well, I literally do this really well. That's what I really do. Like,
I'm a question mark though, so
why do you think you're a question mark?
I am.
No, you're not. Why do you say that?
As I am.
No, you want to be a question mark, but it's
No,
written
I
all
think
over
I
your
am.
face.
I think
Huh?
I am.
Okay, so when a person crosses their arms and they're not cold, they're nervous.
Yes.
Your arms are folded.
I am cold. Look, I am cold though.
Okay.
You don't know me because the heater on right here. Because I'm at work and the air is on full blast. I am cold. I'm just saying.
Okay. But all I do is I challenge you to recognize what you can do better to make your relationships work.
Yeah, I agree. I agree to that. I agree.
Okay. I'll leave it there because there's not too many times that women agree with men. So I'm gonna just.
No, I agree with that. Listen, what's right is right, and if it's right and it makes sense to me, I'm not going to be naive about it. I'm gonna say you're right. But this goes back to what I said. You got some people who can't do that, and that's a problem. You got some people who just can't be by themselves. That's a problem.
But you see how I was able to read you a little bit. Do you think the men you in a relationship with?
You didn't read me good. You didn't read me good. Jamal, what you think? He read me good.
So I'm gonna ask you.
She said,
I was able to see it.
I'm saying, Cherie, what you think? He read me good? Because I don't think so. He has no idea. We're gonna leave that alone.
Okay. I don't have my hat on, but I always say cap.
Well, wait, when we had Dating and Friends in person,
there is a part of these lives that I understand that people have reputations and have images and have other people that watch these lives. So you don't always get the honest truth from everybody. So I would love to see you in person and have this conversation.
Give me the date when we doing it in live, girlfriend, and I'm there.
Yeah, y'all. We definitely got to do the Davis and Friends live. Definitely coming soon. I would love to see everybody, in the building and comment on different discussion topics. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we all going through very similar, situations, honestly. So it's like that's why nobody's in a position to really judge anybody because we all are going through our own journeys. You know what I'm saying, to get to our higher self. So that's why I don't allow anybody to judge me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make my mistakes, but I know where my heart is and I know where, my vision is for, my family, and things of that nature. So at the end of the day, we're not here to judge, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we ain't here to put nobody on the spot, nothing like that. You know what I mean? But it's good to have these conversations and this dialogue because again, we all going through this shit, you know what I mean? Different things. So I gotta respect.
Is that a crab cake?
No. It is a crab cake and it's delicious.
Damn. See, I knew what it was. I saw it.
It's delicious.
No, you make
I thought it was eggs.
5 minutes. Only 5 minutes though. The rest of you talking.
Which I tell my wife, you just say her food is eggs. These are hand chopped mashed potatoes, brother.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. My wife get
not
down.
That box.
You ain't saying nothing.
Not that box where you pour it in there. It looks like dandruff. No.
You ain't saying nothing. My wife get down. You heard?
Yo, we were just having a conversation about her cooking, and you said it wasn't.
Stop! Come on, man. Stop. See, this is the kind of stuff you got to deal with Blackie Chad. You know what I mean?
You said, you see this green jug? I drink so much water, so I'll be full.
No.
Blackie Chad, you always on the lives. Where's your wife at? She needs to get on. I need to hear her talk.
Ooh.
My wife.
You be on here. You be on here chatting. I need to hear. I need to hear what she got to say.
Why?
Because I do.
No, but why do you think you need to hear what she got to say? I'm interested. Huh?
Don't answer no question.
I know you really do, but I'm saying why does that intrigue you?
Because you want to see if it add up.
Talk and you say you be straight at it. I just need to hear your wife talk.
Oh, to prove what I say or to just see our dynamic?
To see the consistency. That's what she's talking about. See how consistent it is from what you said to how the household really being ran. Yeah.
And I understand that, but ultimately the one thing about us is that like one of the things she said to me on our wedding day. She said, I love you for who you are and not what I want you to be. So I adopted that too.
That's decent.
And my wife isn't the type of person that's going to be all on live, dancing all in your videos. She more death row
You know
than
what?
bad.
Let's have a
So
dinner because
ultimately,
she
she's
can make
chill,
steaks
she
and
laid
crab cakes
back,
and all that.
Coming
and the
alive,
dynamic.
dancing on the videos. I'm crying.
So just to give you an idea, she's more quiet. She's like more of a speak when spoken to type of person until she gets to know you. So you probably wouldn't get much. You would get a real quiet, oh no, not really type person. But she turned up. Ma met her once or twice. Like she don't really talk that much.
Yeah, good
We're the
people
polar
for sure.
opposites.
Definitely good people for sure.
Polar opposites.
Yeah.
Now, if
Well,
I tell
ask
her
her
come down here, then you know
ask
what
her
I'm
can
saying?
she cook a family dinner because I need some. And we all could come over and chit chat.
Hey, you put
Listen,
my other meal in the microwave for me. Yeah, thanks.
we'll talk about that in person. You know, I
All
don't
right,
keep
all
this.
right. Just say no more.
Keep that all live. I'll say you a plate.
All right, gang. So listen, did we come to a conclusion in terms of? I mean, it ain't no conclusion, but if we had to wrap it up with one last statement about addressing the past to have a better future, what would that final statement be?
If you would do it in relationships, you got to do it before you get in one. Address the past to create your future.
Okay, I like that.
Like
Go ahead, Sue. What was your final? And we all gonna say one. What was your final statement to addressing the past to have a better future? And say how you feel.
I don't leave that shit in the past. We're gonna move forward.
Got you.
That's how I feel. Leave it in the past. Leave it in the past.
I dig it. All right, you want to go next, Sheree?
Address it in that moment and don't let it be the past, so that your future can be better.
Address it in that moment. Okay, I get exactly.
But
what
if you
you're
address
saying,
it, how you know your future gonna be better? I don't get that.
Because things that's not addressed properly in that moment can really affect
properly?
you. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm trying.
You can't tell a person how to address a situation. What's properly? I'm addressing how I want to address it, and however you take it is how you take it.
No. That's not a sympathetic person. That's not an understandable person.
Yeah.
When you know you did wrong, first of all, we gotta get to the point where we both acknowledge that something was done wrong.
Right.
Past that part.
Right.
Now the person who did the wrong has to explain themselves, and the person who had got the wrong done to them has to say how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
When we both get to the point where we're moving past those two transitions to say we both understand each other, this person is not saying I did what I did, so what? And this person is saying I'm not trying to hear it.
Yeah.
Now we move to the next part, to a part where makeup sex comes, because everything is good. That's where the makeup sex come from, because we understand each other and we agree, and we're trying to hurry up and move forward. Because time heals all wounds when they're worked on properly, and you want time. I did something to you today. So both of us really want it to be 3 years from now already, so we can get over it. So that's why we try to hurry up and go to sleep, so that tomorrow we can start working on it. So I just think that every part of the rebuilding process has to be congruent as far as the feelings. It can't be, you should be sorry, I'm not sorry.
Right.
It's never going to be a good future when y'all are on odds.
Exactly.
Y'all have to be consistently together and understand each other's perspective, point of view to move forward.
Period.
I like it all. I like it all. Everybody got their own perspective. Me personally, for addressing the past, I feel like, do what's going to be healthy for the relationship. You know what I mean? If you're going to move forward, then, work, address it and then move forward. If you feel like you can't move forward, if you feel like it's something that's going to linger, then you have to make a tough decision also, and you may not want to be in that relationship. So either you're going to, deal with it and move forward, or you're going to deal with it by leaving. But dragging shit out, it's just not healthy. That's my take on it.
I think you got the best take, man, because you the man.
You know what I mean? You something else, Black. Yeah, you was making some good points today. You was making some pretty good points. All right, Sheree.
I appreciate it.
What you got for us, Sheree?
So if anybody that just tuned in or missed this live, it will be posted tomorrow on our YouTube channel. That's the Davises and Friends. The link is in my bio. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And the new topic will be up next Wednesday at I'm sorry. The new topic will be up for next Wednesday at 8 p.m.
And that's when Mary had a little limp.
Period. We're gonna try to do live though. I just gotta figure it out. But I appreciate everybody tuning in.
I'm gonna say this real fast.
Go ahead.
Ma, what I've realized real fast is it's hard for us as men, right? On these lives. It's very hard for us. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the people who are on these lives commenting, they be lying a lot. So a lot of these people don't tell the truth. They'll critique us because we're being open about our stuff. But it's so hard when we're trying to develop things and be better for us as a community because we're being honest.
Yes.
And all of these other people are lying. Stop lying to yourself and to us to create arguments.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to argue with you because I don't understand how you think like that. But you be lying. Oh, I would never. The nigga next to you right there.
Yep.
You had your car. Didn't pick you up from work. You had to catch a Uber. He in the crib playing your son Madden and a dirty black wife beater.
Not dirty.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and people are very conscious. They might not say nothing on here, but then they'll text y'all because they don't want people to know their business, but they don't want to contradict themselves. So what we're trying to pursue, what we're trying to strive for is honesty.
Yeah.
If you got to lie, then you know you wrong. And that's a problem. You're not admitting what's going on.
Yeah.
Just tell the truth. Because I will argue you up and down if it don't make sense.
But you know,
me, I ain't being with no man who ain't paying all my bills. When have you ever been with somebody that paid all your bills?
Yeah.
Right. Thanks.
Exactly. Stop capping.
Never wear it.
I'm gonna say this also, you know what I mean? Just to add to that, because I do agree with that. Ultimately, you know what I mean, I need us to, as a people, start to think outside of the box, because for us to know everything, it's not working in our community as a whole. So everybody that's in the comments that got all these brilliant ideas, a lot of times it's programmed. I heard that shit on social media. I heard it on, you know what I mean, reality shows. And it's like, have your own mind and stop using these narratives and coming to, you know what I'm saying, discussions with just a blanketed, you know, statement that everybody says. We got to think outside the box, and we got to allow for like a bigger thought. Sometimes Chad may come off and it may seem a little odd, but just think about what the man is saying. And same thing with Cherie, same thing with myself. You know what I mean? If niggas had all the answers, we wouldn't be in, you know what I mean, these toxic relationships as a community already. So don't nobody really got the true answer for real, for real. The dialogue is supposed to conjure up thought so we can come to a better conclusion. You know what I mean?
Say hi to my dog, yo.
That's it. Yeah. You be having a lot going on.
Yeah, my fault.
You about to walk the dog?
No, she about to walk her damn self. Go pee, girl. That's what we do. I ain't walking.
Yeah. Listen.
Right.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, Cherie, get us out of here.
So again, thanks everybody for joining us live. This live will be posted on our YouTube channel. That's the Davises and Friends. If you feel like you have any topics or any conversations that you want to discuss, please inbox me, DM me. You know, it definitely can be a topic. You definitely can join. I appreciate everybody coming on. Tune in next Wednesday. New topic, 8 p.m. The Davis and Friends podcast.
Peace. Deuces. Yeah, Jay, you late. Period.